Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to tradingrich.com. My name is Richard Adjei, and I'm the co-founder and head trader here at Trading Rich. I'm happy to bring to you a very insightful video here today. So we are going to be heading to the long-awaited FOMC meeting tomorrow, and also we have where the Fed is going to tell us if they are going to cut interest rate, but it's hugely anticipated that there's going to be an interest rate cut tomorrow, right? And then that's going to be followed by the Fed Chair Powell's press conference. So the press conference is what is going to be the main event, right? The press conference, because the market has already priced in 25 basis points interest rate cut tomorrow. So that one is a foregone conclusion. The main thing is going to be the press conference. Is Powell going to sound hawkish, or is it going to sound dovish, right? So based on that, we are going to see how the market reacts to that. And then we are going to see if the market goes up or comes down. So if Powell sounds hawkish tomorrow, then it might cause the market to sell. If he sounds dovish, then we are going to get the market go up. But at this point in time, I don't see anything that he can just say to make the market sound hawkish. But because the market, the market is already priced in a 25%, 25 basis point interest rate cut. So what's going to happen is that what the market want to hear is that, is there going to be more interest rate cuts in December and next year? That's what the market is going to look into here, right? So based on that, it's going to determine whether the way he's answering the questions does the Powell and his team get more economic data on the jobless claims? Do they have that data? Or if they don't have the data, then why are they cutting interest rate now? This second time, is it due to previous data, and is it due to the inflation data that came in last week? So there's a lot of questions to be answered. So that is going to be answered by Chairman Powell tomorrow. And then also tomorrow we have mega cap earnings start. So we have Meta, we have Microsoft, we have Alphabet reporting tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a big day for the mega cap tech stocks. So last time, 3 months ago, when there was the FOMC meeting, when Powell spoke, it caused the market to sell off because it was he sounded hawkish, right, during that time. And then immediately Alphabet and Microsoft and Meta reported, it reversed the market up. So we shall see if there's going to be that kind of price action tomorrow, or is it going to be up and away? Like, as in, Powell's press conference is good, it sends the market up, and then Meta, Microsoft reports, and Alphabet reports, and then it also sends the market up. So we shall see, right? It could be an explosive move tomorrow, depending on how it's going to start with the FOMC. If the FOMC is positive for the market and the market likes it, then we are going to push up. Or is it going to be something that has been already priced in, whereby it's going to be like buy the rumor, sell the news? Like the rally that we got today, was due to NVIDIA's partnership with NVIDIA had a partnership with Nokia, NVIDIA had a partnership deal with a whole host of companies, right? So is the rally that we have now, has the interest rate cut already been priced in? I think so. It could have been already priced in. Or is it just going to be like business as usual where the market rallies? So we shall see what happens on tomorrow after the press conference, and then also we are going to see how the mega cap tech earnings perform. So I'm going to share with you what my take is in the current state of the market, where we are heading to. Is the market going to sell? Is the market going to rally based on technicals? And also, I'll give you my predictions for the upcoming earnings, like how those three companies are going to perform once they post earnings, once they report earnings tomorrow. Okay, so without much ado, I'll just go straight, share my screen here, and then we go to the charts. Okay, so first of all, I was doing a lot of analysis here in the last couple of days. Now that we are trading at new all-time highs, I did a lot of analysis to figure out where the market is heading from here, because that's very, very important. Because as a technician, what you do is that you need to find where price is going. You need to figure out where price is going. You need to gauge where price is going, either to the upside or to the downside. So let's go to SPS. That's the S&P 500 index. So over here, I've shown this chart a number of times in a number of YouTube videos here. So over here we have, this is a parallel channel. This channel is from COVID low, 2022 lows, and Liberation Day lows. And you can see that we are already trading at the top of this channel. We've crossed it. So over here we have the 2021 highs, and then we have the 2025 highs. So this trend line is no longer relevant here. This was the 2023 one. I'm going to take it out. So today we have what looks like a blow off top. Okay, so with this blow off top, where is price heading, right? Where is the closest place where price can go to? So the next target is going to be somewhere here at 6,900, 7,000, right? That's where I think that price can continue going, and we could even get that this week, right? Because there's a lot of catalysts coming up this week where it could just send the market to those highs, right? That's possible. 3,900, sorry, 6,900, 7,000, that is a possibility. Okay, so the immediate target here is going to be here, and that's what I'm going to be looking at. So for now, this has broken above this channel, the upper resistance level of the parallel channel. What needs to happen is that we need to break out from there. So we need confirmation tomorrow. We need another candle. So here, this could be, so this is a breakout. We need a confirmation tomorrow. So a confirmation is if we get another candle that closes above this 69.80 level, 6890 level, then we are going to go up and it's going to confirm that breakout, right? We need a solid breakout, like a solid green candle to do that. Okay, so now that we know this, let's go to, if we fail to break out, we can get what is called a failed breakout, and we'll come back into the parallel channel again. And that way, we might even come all the way here, or we can, I don't know where you're going to come to. Maybe we can come somewhere here, depending on how things are going to go. So this week's catalysts are very important to let us know where the market is going from here onwards. Also, I did another analysis here where, let me go and check here. This is a very interesting one. So I went back and I dug up some data, and what I saw here was very interesting. Take this off here. So over here we have, this is the highs of 2018. So 2018, President Trump was president, and that was the highs before the tariffs war with China and stuff like that. So if you extend the highs of 2018, right, 2018 highs, sometime in that, it was around September-ish, to September, October, to 2021 highs here, November of 2021 highs, or December. If you stretch it up, you are going to get the potential highs of 2025. Potential highs of 2025, which is going to bring us to somewhere around 7,000 and some change. I believe that if we are going to break out of that. We are going to even go higher, maybe 7,500 or even 8,000 is a possibility, right? And we are going into a seasonally strong month, which is November. And then we have the festive season, which is December. So I believe that we are going to get a bigger extension here from here. But for now, in the short term, as a technician, I always look at what is the short-term target. Then once we get there, we are going to reevaluate to figure out the rest. In the first chart that I showed you a parallel channel. The top of the channel was my short-term target at the time. Now we've hit that target. What is the next target? The next target here is based on this trend line here. So this trend line is like a 7-year trend line. So I call this a mother of all trend lines. Okay. And then if you connect the bottom, we are going to see here this COVID low. It pierced it, it came back up, and then this is a bear market low of 2022. Okay. This forms what is called a broadening pattern. And the name for it is called the megaphone pattern. So this is a bearish megaphone pattern. So at some point, once we go here and we push, this thing can, once it start pulling back, if we go into a bear market, we are going to push down and we are going to come all the way here at some point. Okay. So what I see here is that when I go to the weekly time frame, right? When I go to, so if we were to go in a bear market, which I think is coming sometime soon, the US economy is showing weakness, and data has shown that 22 states in the US are already in recession. Those are smaller states, so it's not really a big deal for now. But if the US economy goes into a recession, we are going to get a crash in the stock market, right? And if that crash comes, as a technician, I'm looking at where would price, how far would price go? So far we've seen that in the previous bear markets that we've had, like this one, we haven't really pierced and closed below the 200 week weekly 200 week moving average. So we are going to have a pierce through this one, and we are going to come all the way here. So this is the area where I believe that if prices to come to, if we have a very brutal bear market, then we are going to come somewhere here. So the short term, the target will be here. First of all, the 200, and then over here. So that's what I'm looking at. So now this is forming the broadening pattern, which is the megaphone pattern, which is bringing us to the top. So the short-term top for me, for S&P, is around 5,000 or around 7,000, 7,000 or 7,100, somewhere there, right? After that, we can think about something higher, maybe perhaps 7,500 or 8,000. I believe that we are going to close the year on a high note, and we are going to get a new all-time highs from here on, which is going to be in the 7,000 range. Okay, that's for SPS. Now let's look at the Nasdaq. So the same thing, I did the same thing for the Nasdaq, and in the Nasdaq, so here's one in the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq topped out in September as well. Here's September 2018, and then if you check it, connect it to the bull market highs of 2021, you are going to get where the short-term target is. So a short-term target is around 28,000 and some change. I believe that we are going to blast through that. We are going to go higher than that. Okay. So for the Nasdaq is around 28,000 and higher. Okay. So now if you look at the bottom, here, you have COVID low, we have bear market low, and this also forms the megaphone pattern, which is bearish in nature. So as we get here, we are going to pull, we can blast through it, pierce through it, and then we can come down, and the lows of this can be somewhere here at the base or at the support level of the trend line. Okay, so that's for the Nasdaq. That's what I'm seeing. So we could see more rally to the upside. There's still more room to the upside. After when we get here, from there on, that one is going to be a cherry on the cake, right? So right now we still have room to get to higher heights, to get to bigger target, which is like 28,000 and more. Okay. All right. So now that we've gone through this, let's look at the VIX. The VIX is the volatility index for the S&P 500. So the VIX is trading at $16 and some change, and that is an area of, I believe that the VIX tomorrow, if price continues going up in terms of if the stock market rallies, like the Nasdaq and then the XPS rally, S&P 500 rally, then we are going to come to this area. You see this upsloping trend line here. This is the low of 2024 December, and then we have this low here. Price can come here, and I believe that that's a place where we can get a bounce, right? Once the VIX start bouncing, puts in like a triple bottom or quadruple bottom here on this trend line, we are going to get a sell in the market. So we are going to see what happens, but this is very close. This is a place where once we get to $15 and below, it's usually complacency in the market. Okay, so we shall see how that plays out in the days and weeks ahead here. Okay, right. So now that we've gone through the key indices and volatility index, let's look at my a few high probability trades that I'm looking at for tomorrow. So here I have, let's look at IWM. So IWM pushed up with interest rates cuts coming. IWM stands a chance to benefit from that because you have small caps, and then these ones are sensitive to interest rate. So I believe that tomorrow, when all is said and done, once they cut the interest rate and power down dovish, we are going to see a breakout in IWM, and we are going to go to maybe 260 or something higher than that. We shall see, right? Or if it's hawkish, we are going to get a pullback, right? A pullback below this level here, 245, and we could maybe go lower if it becomes worse. But I believe that IWM is poised to make new all-time highs and break out from there. Okay. Next one is Tesla. So Tesla has already reported earnings. And with Tesla has been doing well lately. It did well today. And I believe that for Tesla might make new all-time highs this week if all the catalysts go well as planned, with no issues. We are going to get Tesla trading at all-time high. So here, this is the trend line that I'm watching for Tesla. There's a weekly level so far. So there's the highs, all-time highs, touching this one here from October 10th. I believe once Tesla cracks this highs, right? Cracks this highs, because this is a critical weekly level. We are going to get a squeeze to the upside, and Tesla is going to make all-time highs and possibly make new all-time highs. So here we are, this triple top, one top, two top, three top. If Tesla breaks out of this, we are going to get a big candle, right? A big candle, right? So this is the weekly time frame. So we are going to get a big candle this week that looks like this. That is like of a big size, like this, like something of this sort, like that. We are going to get that big move, and this is going to be something like this. So this is a weekly candle. We are going to get something like this in there. That's what I'm looking for. But if it fails, because this is a triple top, if we fail, we can get a pullback to the downside, right? And then possibly we can come here to fill this gap sometime in the future. I don't think is going to be now, but sometime in the future, we'll come down and fill this gap. So what I see is that if the market is strong tomorrow, I believe Tesla will make all-time highs and possibly make new all-time highs before the end of the week. Okay. All right. So that's one of them that I'm looking. So that's Tesla. The next one that I'm checking out is that how is the mega cap tech stock going to perform, like in terms of which ones I'm looking at. I like Meta. So I believe if Meta is able to report strong earnings tomorrow, if Meta is able to report strong earnings tomorrow, then we are going to see a push to retest previous all-time highs at the minimum, right? If it's strong, we are going to get a push to test the previous all-time high. And then once we get there, Meta can aim to push higher. So over here, I see this mini trend line. I'm forming this mini trend line here. So next area where Meta can go is going to be above this, the highs of this trend line, right? So it could go as high as the highs of this trend line. So Meta is one of them that I'm really, really watching. I believe Meta, by the end of the week, if their earnings is strong, Meta will be trading at new all-time highs. So something around 800 and some change, okay? 800 plus. So that is what I'm watching. Like in all the mega cap tech stocks, Meta is the one that I really trust that is going to deliver very good earnings and is going to send it up to all-time highs and make new all-time highs from here. Okay. Next one is Microsoft. So with Microsoft made new highs today, right? Made new highs, but it could not close above the previous all-time highs. So Microsoft is in a peculiar situation because right now it has rallied, it's almost at all-time high, and we are going to earnings. So typically, when a stock is at all-time highs and they go into earnings, and they have to be, everything is laid up to be picture perfect. They have to deliver very good earnings with no gray areas. If they deliver good earnings and then they post strong guidance, then we are going to see Microsoft breakout. But if not, then it can stall out here in this trend line here. So this is an area where I'm looking at. If we break out, then we are going to blast through this and we are going to go, right? It's going to push up. But if it fails, then it's going to start pulling back somewhere here. So with Microsoft, I'm not quite sure how it's going to go because it's already at all-time highs. Is it going to continue going up or is it going to sell? So Microsoft can just put in a double bottom here, double top here. If it fails to break above this upsloping trend line, then it's going to be like a double top and it's going to start selling, right? And if Microsoft is selling and Meta and things are selling, then it's going to pull the market down. Okay, so we shall see how this plays out. So Microsoft needs to blast through this trend line to go higher. Okay, yeah. So these are the key tickers I'm watching as we enter into tomorrow, because Microsoft and Meta are reporting. I'm not going to be trading them. I'm going to be mainly focusing on Tesla to see if I can capture that breakout move, or if we can get the double top, and I'm going to like short it. If it comes down, we are going to short it. That is if Powell is dovish, Powell is hawkish, and it causes the market to sell. I'll look to short Tesla tomorrow. Okay, and Tesla is an interest rate sensitive stock, by the way. So if the interest rate press conference and decision is good and favorable, it's going to favor Tesla, and Tesla is going to push up. Okay, right. So yeah, so thank you for watching this, and also if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can get alerts on all the videos that we post here, and also anytime I go live on Sunday nights for the weekly game plan. So have a good night and all the best tomorrow. So make sure you managing risk, because tomorrow is going to be a very volatile day. Like there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market tomorrow with the FOMC, and then after that with the mega tech earnings. And also on Thursday we have Apple, Amazon reporting, which is going to be a big one. And also on Thursday, President Trump is meeting with the long-awaited meeting with President Trump and President Xi is happening tomorrow. I believe it might happen in the nighttime, in China on Thursday. So based on, depending on how that goes, if it's positive and they have some kind of agreement or signatures and stuff like that, then it's going to cause the market to rally and go up further, because the market is already priced in something positive, right? So if for any reason something goes wrong and President Trump treats something negative, then boom, we are going to get another sell-off in the market. Okay, yeah. So that's how I see the game plan moving forward, and I believe that this week is going to be, I think, is going to be one of the pivotal weeks of the market so far. We have lots of catalysts that is going to move the market in one direction or the other. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.